So 4 years ago, a sitting president of the United States summoned a mob to Washington, D.C., incited them to violence, and then directed them to Congress to attack the building, to go after members of Congress. Probably would have murdered many of them if they had gotten their hands on them. And he did this all because he lost an election and refused to accept the results. After he exhausted all of his legal challenges, after his criminal conspiracy to pressure state elections officials failed, he turned to violence. And 4 years later, Congress, that same body that was attacked by that sitting president, is now going to certify his reelection because the American people voted to return that criminal to power. I think future generations will be dumbfounded by the stupidity of the American people in the year 2020. Now, I know, obviously not all the American people. I certainly didn't vote for that. You most certainly didn't vote for that. And a lot of people didn't vote at all. But you know what? They're just as responsible for returning that criminal to power. It's just so hard to believe that we're actually here. And God only knows how bad it's going to get. He shouldn't be able to do great damage to the republic because he doesn't have the power as president, just one branch of government. He has no power to make law. He has no power to, for example, terminate parts of the Constitution if that's what he ends up doing. He has no legitimate power to do any of that. So many of the things he and his supporters have talked about doing, he has no power to do. But as I've said many times, laws and the Constitution cannot enforce themselves. They're just words on paper. The problem is that the people who have the power to stop this man, to hold him accountable, to prevent him under our laws and Constitution from doing great damage, are already indicating that they will do nothing to stop him. So we don't know how bad it's going to get. How much people are going to let him get away with. We don't know. Now, a lot of the things he promised to do, he won't do because he really doesn't care, and he just said a lot of it to get elected. But a lot of it, I'm sure he will do. And the question is, how much will the courts, the members of Congress, governors in the states who can also push back against overreach by a criminal president, what, if anything, will they do? How much will they tolerate? I don't know. It's just disgusting that we're here. I don't know. Words fail me. I fail to find the combination of words to adequately express my disgust for my fellow Americans who voted for this guy or who didn't even bother to get up off their couches. Because we're now going to all suffer as a result. And this day, this particular day, January 6th, just makes me sick. 4 years to the day that criminal incited a violent mob to attack the seat of our democracy, to try to keep himself in office illegally. 4 years to the day, we're now going to certify his reelection. Yeah. People will be dumbfounded in the future. that there were so many corrupted, indifferent, and stupid people in this country at this time. Talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching.